Imagine waking up one morning to discover that everything, your business, your files, your entire digital life, has been taken hostage. Your screen is flashing with a message demanding millions in Bitcoin, and the clock is ticking. You have 24 hours to pay, or you lose everything. No backups, no escape. This nightmare scenario is called ransomware, and it's happening right now to thousands of people and companies worldwide. And here's the scariest part: you could be next. Part 2. What exactly is ransomware insurance? So, what is ransomware insurance, and how can it help you if you're hit by an attack? Simply put, ransomware coverage is a specialized form of cyber insurance that helps mitigate the costs associated with a ransomware attack. This includes everything from the ransom payment itself to recovery costs, lost income, and more. What ransomware insurance covers: ransom payments. Some policies may cover the ransom itself, though this is controversial. We'll dive into the ethics of this later. Data recovery. One of the most costly parts of a ransomware attack is recovering your data. Ransomware insurance helps cover the costs of restoring encrypted or stolen data. Business interruption. If your business operations grind to a halt during an attack, ransomware insurance can help cover the costs of downtime and lost revenue. Incident response teams. Some policies give you immediate access to cybersecurity experts who can help negotiate with hackers and assist in recovering your systems. Legal fees. If customer data is compromised, you could face lawsuits or fines. Ransomware insurance can help cover these legal costs. Why this matters? For small businesses and individuals, a ransomware attack could mean total financial devastation. Having insurance coverage that steps in when things go wrong could be the difference between recovering or closing your doors forever. Let's be real. No one thinks they'll be hit by ransomware until it happens. Part 3. The expansion of ransomware coverage. Now, let's talk about why ransomware insurance is growing so fast and becoming an essential part of cybersecurity. As ransomware attacks become more complex and damaging, insurance companies are adapting to meet the challenge. More sophisticated attacks, double and triple extortion. In the past, ransomware simply locked your files. Today's attacks are much more vicious. We're seeing double extortion, where hackers not only lock your data but also steal it, threatening to leak it if you don't pay up. Then there's triple extortion, where hackers target your customers or partners as well, making the pressure to pay even more intense. To counter this, insurance companies are expanding coverage to handle the legal and reputational fallout that comes with these complex attacks. This includes covering the costs of handling customer data leaks and managing the public relations nightmare that follows. Increased coverage limits. The cost of ransomware attacks has skyrocketed. Ransom demands often reach millions of dollars, and that's before you factor in the cost of downtime, data recovery, and rebuilding your business. To match this, insurers are increasing their coverage limits, offering policies that cover up to $10 million or more for larger companies. Incident response teams included. This is where things get interesting. Some ransomware insurance policies now include access to expert incident response teams. These professionals can help you navigate the attack, handle negotiations with hackers, and restore your data. This feature can save you precious time and money, allowing you to recover faster. Proactive security requirements. Many insurance companies are also shifting their focus toward prevention. To qualify for ransomware insurance, businesses now need to demonstrate they have robust cybersecurity protocols in place. Think two-factor authentication, regular software updates, and employee training on phishing scams. This is a game changer because it means companies are taking cybersecurity more seriously in order to lower their premiums and protect themselves from future attacks. Part 4. Why some people hate ransomware insurance. While ransomware insurance sounds like a no-brainer, it's not without its critics. In fact, some experts argue that ransomware insurance might actually be making the problem worse. Does ransomware insurance encourage attacks? One major criticism is that insurance may inadvertently encourage more attacks. Here's how it works. Hackers know that if a company has ransomware insurance, they're more likely to pay the ransom. This has led to concerns that insurance might be fueling the ransomware epidemic. In 2021, some cybercriminal groups even started specifically targeting companies they knew were insured, demanding higher ransom amounts because they knew the insurance would cover it. The ethics of paying ransoms. There's also an ethical debate around paying ransoms. While paying the ransom might get your data back, it also funds criminal activities. Some hackers are linked to terrorist organizations, meaning that ransom payments could be indirectly supporting terrorism. In some cases, paying a ransom is even illegal, depending on the hacker's affiliations. Governments and law enforcement agencies strongly discourage paying ransoms, but for many companies, the choice is between paying up or losing everything. Ransomware insurance often covers ransom payments, but it's a controversial aspect of the policy. Skyrocketing premiums. As ransomware attacks increase, so do insurance premiums. The average cost of cyber insurance rose by more than 50% in 2022 alone, making it more expensive for businesses to secure adequate coverage. Some small businesses, in particular, are being priced out of the market, forced to operate without the safety net of ransomware insurance, exclusions in policies. And then there's the fine print. Some ransomware insurance policies have exclusions that limit what's covered. For example, certain types of attacks or ransom payments made to specific countries or groups might not be covered under your policy. This can lead to nasty surprises when you try to file a claim. Always read the fine print before you purchase a policy. Part 5. How to maximize your ransomware insurance. Now that we've covered the controversies, let's get to the good stuff. How you can get the most out of your ransomware insurance, understand your coverage limits. Before you sign on the dotted line, make sure you fully understand the coverage limits in your policy. How much will the insurer pay in the event of a ransomware attack? Are there any exclusions? Don't wait until an attack happens to find out that your coverage isn't what you expected. Prioritize proactive security. Remember, many insurers now require businesses to have strong cybersecurity measures in place before they'll offer coverage. By investing in proactive security, such as employee training, multi-factor authentication, and regular software updates, you can not only lower your risk of an attack, but also reduce your premiums. Regularly review and update your policy. Cyber threats evolve quickly, and so should your insurance policy. Make sure to review and update your ransomware coverage regularly. If your business grows or you adopt new technology, you may need to increase your coverage limits or add new protections. Create a detailed incident response plan. Having ransomware insurance is great, but it won't be helpful if you don't have a plan in place for when an attack happens. Develop a detailed incident response plan that outlines who will be contacted, how systems will be shut down or isolated, and what the recovery process will look like. This plan should be regularly tested through cyber attack simulations to ensure it's effective. Ensure comprehensive data backups. One of the best ways to minimize the impact of a ransomware attack is to have comprehensive, regularly updated data backups. Keep backups offline and encrypted so they can't be infected by ransomware. In many cases, having reliable backups means you can recover your data without needing to pay the ransom at all. In conclusion, the world of cybercrime is evolving rapidly, and ransomware attacks are only getting more frequent, more damaging, and more sophisticated. With ransomware insurance coverage expanding to meet this growing threat, it's becoming an essential part of any business's cybersecurity plan. But remember, insurance is just the safety net. You need to focus on prevention first. Strengthening your cyber defenses, training your employees, and having an incident response plan in place are all critical steps in protecting yourself from a ransomware disaster. Here's your takeaway. If you run a business or are worried about ransomware, invest in ransomware insurance to cover the financial and legal costs. Make sure your policy limits are enough to cover modern ransomware threats, including legal fees, data recovery, and business interruption. Most importantly, stay proactive. Build strong defenses and prepare your team to prevent ransomware attacks before they happen. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with anyone you think needs to hear this. And drop a comment below. Have you or your business ever experienced a ransomware attack? What steps are you taking to protect yourself now? Let's keep the conversation going and help more people stay safe in this digital age.